What up? It's Jimmy from odds.com. This is a clip from our big NCAA basketball show. If you want to check out the entire show, just hit the link at the bottom of the screen. It's available exclusively on odds.com. Let's get to work, Max. You start at 7 p.m. Eastern in the NEC. Mount St. Mary's Mountaineers, 4-5. 3-2 in the NEC at Central Connecticut Blue Devils, 2-8, 2-5 in the NEC. William H. Detrick Gymnasium in New Britain, Connecticut is where Max's card starts out with us. Mount St. Mary's opens up as 3.5-point favorites. That has moved to 4. There's some books even hanging a 4.5 right now. Mount St. Mary's coming off winning back-to-back games by double digits on Thursday and Friday at home over Merrimack. It was the best they've looked since leading scorer Jalen Gibbs left the team at the end of December. Last year's leading scorer and the team leader, 5'8" point guard Damian Chongqui, who we've talked about often on this show, combined for 29 points, 14 assists, 7 rebounds in the 2 games. Samford transfer junior DeAndre Thomas, in just his 4th game of the year, provided a big boost in the second game, going 5 for 6 from 3 for 18 points. When Gibbs left, we thought this would just all fall on the shoulders of Chongqui. And with DeAndre Thomas stepping up, that may not be the case. That's his first big game of the year, though, of the 4 he's played. He is needed on a team that averages 61.9 points per game, hits just 42.7% from the field and 32.6% from 3. And Chongqui, with Gibbs gone, is the only player averaging double digits for the Mountaineers. Central Connecticut coming off their 3rd straight loss, ugly, 65-48 at Sacred Heart last Thursday. Shot 27.9% from the field, 21.7% from 3. By far their worst offensive output of the season. They averaged 70.6 points per game. Only one player scored in double digits. Leading scorer Greg Outlaw put up 11. He averages 12.9 points, 5 boards a game. Junior guard Trey Mitchell, the only other player averaging double digits with 11. They hit 43.4% from the field, 33.3% from 3, and 69% from the foul line. They're much better than they showed at Sacred Heart last Thursday. Can Central Connecticut bounce back at home here against Mount St. Mary's Mountaineers? Max, take it away.
Listen, Jim, when I look at Mount St. Mary, this is a team that definitely has surprised me with their perseverance. And it's also shown the quality of coaching that's going on at the Mount. With the Mount, I think that they still are getting Central Connecticut State at a vulnerable time. And we've seen the Mount take the challenge of not playing with Gibbs and being able to step up and being able to start games strongly. This is a team that thrives on being able to limit you and keep you under 30 in the first half and going into the first half with a marginal lead. I think that with Mount St. Mary, there are red flags with this team. This team has been very good at home. They've had trouble doing and replicating the same kind of performances on the road. I think that having DeAndre Thomas is fantastic. But I think that some of the bigger impacts are going to have to come from guys like Josh Reeves and Mezio for Offerum. Excuse me. I am a absolute butcher with a ton of these names, and I'm not really apologetic about it. So We'll move on from there.
Let's go.
But I think that with this Mount St. Mary team, they do have now that extra element of three-point shooting. I think that there is still a ton of effort that needs to be put into getting onto the free throw line more often. This is still a team that is only averaging about 8 trips to the free throw line, and that's just not enough with the amount of possessions and the amount of shot attempts this team wants to take on a game-to-game basis. With Mount, I think that the offensive glass is obviously one of their big advantages, and they don't give up a lot of those second chance opportunities. Whether that be a loose ball rebound, that's another story. But I think that anything close to the bucket that comes off that Jefferson and Opoku are in good position for, they're going to be able to bring in, and that's going to start the transition. What the Mount has to avoid being done to them is having the ball taken away from them. That's where we've seen the most issues in their half-court offense because they become stagnant at a lot of times. You do see the ball stick, and that allows teams to bring double teams and to trap in the half court. If they're able to avoid some of these pitfalls and they're able to play better later in games and play a full 40 minutes and avoid and reverse some of these road issues, I think that this is a team that still dominates the ball, forces you to get rid of the ball quickly, and they still force you to take bad shots. They do have depth issues, but this is a coaching staff that definitely has shown the trust to allow their starters to play with 2 fouls. I think that this is a lot of points for a Mount St. Mary game, but going back in history, knowing Central Connecticut State's pace and tempo, I still gravitate towards a low total over. I think when it comes to the side, we are getting to the danger point when it comes to 4. I did observe this open at 2 this afternoon.
Wow.
Seeing it at 4 now does leave me with a little bit of pause, but I do think that Mount St. Mary, if they are able to get their tempo and control this game early, will be able to win this game by margin. So I'll take the 4 reluctantly, Jim, and I'll also take the over in this game.
The 4 and the over. Let me move a couple things around here to get maybe a clearer opening line than what Bet365 was offering us there. Okay, let's see what we can get you, Max. We have 4s at -110. FanDuel's already moved to 4.5, but we have a 4 at -110 available at Circa. So let's start there. And then let's see what we can get you from a total. Let's start here at the odds.com odds page and see if we can get you something nice here. So here we go. Full game total. Mount St. Mary's, we have 132 at DraftKings. Let's see if FanDuel can mess with that. And 131.5 at Mount St. Mary's with -112 juice. And Circa is 131.5 with -110 juice. So we'll take Circa's over 131.5 at -110.
Yes, sir.
Over 131.5 -110 available at Circa Sports. And we are on the board. Max's first game out of the gate. He's on Mount St. Mary's Mountaineers -4 at -110 and the over 131.5 with Mount St. Mary's and Central Connecticut.